my video. This is Kitchen Organizations with Kimberlyn. So today I'm going to show you how to organize your spices that are in your kitchen. Your cabinets or your drawers probably look something like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to take this and how to turn it into something beautiful. It's gonna be something functional, something that you wanna keep coming back to over and over again, that you're gonna enjoy being in your kitchen. It's also gonna help you to eliminate waste. Now, what do I mean by eliminate waste? I have two of the exact same things in the kitchen. And so we don't need two of the exact same things. But if you can see what you have, it helps you to eliminate things so then you can save some money. Step one is to go ahead and inventory what you have, because you need to see what it is that you have and then what it is that you may possibly need. During this process, we're also going to do some purging. Purging is getting rid of the things that we don't even use, because a lot of times we have things and I'm just looking in my drawer right off the bat. I see something in here that I do not use. So we're going to eliminate those things. So I'm just going to make a list of what it is that I have. You still here? Well, okay, so since you are still here, let's just act like we have a client. And so if I had a client and I wanted to show them how to organize their spices, so I would keep my client's name, probably create them an order number, and I need to know how many spices they have. The reason why I need to know how many spices they have is because eventually we're gonna have to buy some jars or some containers to put the spices in. And so we don't want to be wasteful and buy too many jars, and then we don't want to cut ourselves short and not have enough jars. So what you need to think about is, are you the type of person, and these are the questions that I would discuss with the client. Are you a person that is visual as far as color is concerned? Do you want things organized where it goes from light to dark or from dark to light? Or are you like myself? I like to read and I like things in alphabetical order. Call me OCD if you want to. I don't care. At the end, you'll love it. So let's get started. This list that I took, remember we wrote down the spices that we had. So I'm going to take that list and now I'm going to begin to type them in alphabetical order. So let's just write down some of our spices. Let's just type some up in alphabetical order. So I have allspice, I have basil, I have some bay leaves. And remember, when you're typing things in alphabetical order, you're not just going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you forget that there is a B, A, then the S. Go back to elementary school. Then B, A, Y. So bay leaves does not come before basil. Everything is in alphabetical order. So it is time consuming, but that's why it's a business, because there's some people that don't have the time, don't want to take the time or the effort to be so meticulous, but we don't mind. So I'm just putting some things in order. I have allspice, I have basil, I have bay leaves, I have beef powder, I have black pepper. So that's everything that I have in my A and B, and then in C, I have cayenne pepper. I have celery salt. I have chili powder. I have celery seed, so I need to back up. Celery seed goes before that chili powder. It's going to make it easier for the next step, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. We have chicken powder. We have chives, and so on. And so you guys are going to keep on until you have every single spice organized in alphabetical order. Okay, so now we have Mr. Potato Head's order. And it really is Mr. Potato Head's order. Really, guys. It's Mr. Potato Head's order. And his order number is 7779311. That was cute, huh? I know y'all like that. Okay, but anyway, there's about 38 to 40 spices. That's what we've counted out. And I have alphabetized all of the spices. So we have all of our spices that are in the drawer. And so you'll notice you won't have every single letter of your spices, but those that you do have, you'll go ahead and fill those out and make sure they're in alphabetical order, because when it comes time to label some things, then this is going to be very helpful, and it's going to cut you some time because you've done the time in the beginning of it. So all of our spices are now in alphabetical order. Okay, so you guys are going to have to try to find some jars to house your spices in. You can go to Walmart or Target. I like IKEA. So the first thing that I'm going to do is come onto the IKEA website, and I'm going to type in the search engine spice containers. When I type in spice containers, spice jars and condiment containers come up. So I click on there. I'm going to scroll down because they have different types of jars and different sizes of jars. So you want to choose what's best for you, because by this time you should have already measured how many jars you're going to need. You know about what size your area is, if you're going to use a cabinet or if you're going to use a drawer. And so some of the jars come 2 in a pack, and they're not very expensive. You can buy them on their own depending on what size. Some come 4 in a pack. For me, I choose these. So these are the jars that I like. You can scroll over the jars and make sure you look at them. And the reason why I like these particular jars is because I can either choose to shake my spices out, or I can use utensils to get inside the jars and pull my spices out. So it's all up to you. Okay, so now our jars have come in, or we went out and purchased our jars. These are the ones that we chose with the wide mouth, so you can kind of get an idea of how wide the mouth is on here for our seasonings. You will need a label maker. This one is the Demo or Dymo, however you say it. And then I choose to use the transparent tape. It's clear because it's going to look nicer on the jar. It's your choice, but this is just my preference. And so we're going to make labels. So we turn on our machine. You can set, they have different settings on here. So you can choose to preview what it is that you're going to write. You can do your formatting for the size. I will go to format. When I get to size, I'm going to hit OK. You can either choose large. They have medium, small, extra small. They also have extra large. For this one, I'm going to use large. And then I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to type what it is that I want to print out. So for this, I'm going to do, just for an example, Let's do some pink. And then I'm going to hit the space bar. Salt. And then I'm going to hit print. And you can hear it coming out. And it's coming out on this side here. And then I'm just going to put my finger here. And that cuts it. And so it says pink salt. Okay. I'm going to take it off. And so as you can see, it's clear. It's see-through. And so I'm going to take it. And on these particular jars, there's a part that's kind of flat. So you can lay it on the countertop. Or whatever. Or in your drawer. And so I want it to go on the top. I don't want it on the underneath. So you want to make sure that you're putting it on top of your jar. Okay? And so my jars are a little wet because we've washed them out, but you want to make sure that your jars are completely dry before you put any product on the inside of it, because you do not want your seasonings to stick to your jar. So you can wash your jars and just kind of let them air dry overnight if you can. Let them air dry before you put anything in them. Okay, so that's what it looks like once your label is on there. Okay. And so then I'm going to do one more label for you. So to erase it out, I'm just going to hit my back arrow down here at the bottom so that it can stay on the same size and I don't have to keep trying to adjust the size. And then I'm going to make one for rosemary. And then we're going to hit print again. It is printing out once again. And then we're just going to cut it by pushing our finger in. It cuts it. And then I'm just going to adhere this one to the jar. And once again, these do come in different colors. They have actual colors like blue, pink, yellow. They even have the white ones. Like I said, it's all up to you. But I just think that the clear ones look so nice. And then you'll see also once I put the seasoning into the jars, how it looks up against the clear labels. Okay, so we're back over to our drawers. And all we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take all of our seasonings out of the drawer. Okay? Real simple. And as we're taking our seasonings out of the drawer, I'm seeing things that I don't use. If y'all use Miss Dash, I'm sorry. I just don't. So I'm not going to use that. So I know that that's something I'm going to purge. Accent, I don't use that. I'm going to purge it. I'm going to throw it away. Basil, I have like 3 of them now. I don't need them. I can give them away or, you know, just toss them. I probably shouldn't tell y'all I'm going to toss them. So we're going to get rid of the excess. Or if you have larger drawers, then larger jars, then what it is that your containers are like. Sometimes we have these little ones of clothes, and you know that those jars will actually fit maybe like 2 of these. So you can take both of them and just put them in there so that you're not wasting. The next thing you're going to need is a damp cloth, because as you can see, there's seasonings all in the drawer. So you want to make sure that your drawer is clean. Do not put your seasonings on top of dirt. Don't be lazy. Just go on ahead and wipe it out, okay? It takes just a couple of seconds to wipe the drawer out. So you always want to start with a clean space. Okay, so I want to grab some wax paper. This step is not absolutely necessary, but I just grabbed it because I don't want stuff all over the counter. If you have a bowl or if you want to do it over the sink, that's fine. So I have my jar. This one is the one that says pink salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my pink salt. And I'm just going to open it and simply pour it inside. It's not rocket science. So we're just going to pour our pink salt inside the jar. Now, I'm gonna have some left. So if you are fortunate enough to have, you know, a pretty large kitchen or whatever, you can store your extras in a different cabinet, in your pantry maybe, or even in the back of the drawer, depending on how many jars you use and how deep your drawer is. So if you see, that looks really pretty. Now, and it says pink salt. Pink is my favorite color, so I'm glad that I used this one. And so we're just gonna go ahead and complete the process and fill up the rest of the jars, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now all of my jars are labeled. They're all in alphabetical order. All of my seasonings are in the jar. I keep one that is empty in case there's a seasoning that I get, and so I don't have to run out and buy an extra jar. I still have one in the cabinet, okay? Final step, final step, finally. We take in our jars. We're gonna begin to go ahead and load them in the drawer in alphabetical order. So I'm just gonna bring all of the jars. We already have them organized on the counter in alphabetical order. Remember, we created our list in alphabetical order. And because we did all of this footwork, it makes it so much easier to put things in the drawer in alphabetical order. Now that all your spices have been placed in the drawer, this is what your end result should look like. Hope you like it. Hope you feel comfortable getting yourself organized, getting your kitchen, your spices organized now. I know I do. Me and Mr. Potato Head, we about to go chill. We out.